Welcome back. I've actually just moved home, so as you can see, new surroundings. I also have a bit of a sore knee, so I'm going to take it gently today. So let's get started. Just lying down, and we'll begin by bringing one knee into the body. Just hugging that knee in nice and gently. And then switching across to the other side, bringing the other knee in. Remember, a nice relaxed breath throughout. Make sure that nothing hurts. And then both knees together. I'm not going to be strictly timing these postures. Maybe you can always pause your video and hold for longer if you wanted to. Bring the feet to the ground, just resting one knee, or one ankle, on the other knee. Now I'm actually not going to take that any further today because, like I say, my knee's a little bit tender. I'll show you on the other side. Actually, let's start with this side instead. So, resting the ankle on the knee, you have the option of then lifting the other foot off the ground. My hand is threading into the space, into the gap. You can actually do that on one side, but I'm not going to be doing it on the other. The sun is outside, but it's a little on the cool side. Still not quite full on summer yet. Okay, so back to the other side. On this side, I'm just going to rest the ankle on the knee without taking it any further. Okay, and then we're going to release. We're going to do a twist. You can shift the hips a little if you wish. We're going to roll that knee over as far as we can. You can turn and look along the opposite arm. Try and keep the shoulder down on the ground. Got a nice couple of clicks in my back just then. I'm on my own at home at the moment, but I may be joined at a certain point by members of my family. You might see some pauses in the video if it gets a little hectic. The beauty of editing. Just an advance though. Find when there's anything going on in the body, like an injury, like I say, twisted my knee a little bit, could have been while moving home, and there's something going on like that. The body does stiffen up and it's a little tighter today than it can sometimes be. That's why I'm doing this practice, much needed. Remember, always stay a little bit back from maximum, definitely away from pain. And if there is an injury or something going on, avoid aggravating it, making it any worse. That's really nice. Remember, this is more in line with a yin yoga practice, so nice long stretches, as long as you like. In fact, maybe you can pause, hold for longer. And again, I'll say I'm not strictly timing these postures. Okay, part of that is because I might decide to hold a little longer myself on some sides. This is my tighter side, definitely today. Feels really nice. Nice twist for the back. And just coming back into the middle, I'm going to roll over. I'm going to move into Cobra, back bend next. So just propping up on the elbows. This gives you a nice squeeze in the lower back. Nice stretch on the front of the body. Feels really nice. You can either prop yourself up on your elbows. You could lift the elbows as well. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to stay on the elbows. That gives me a strong stretch, strong enough stretch. And like I say, a little tighter today anyway. Cobra, Bhujangasana in the Sanskrit language of yoga. Feels nice. I might actually take my elbows up now. Let's open up a little bit, loosened up. There you go, nice strong stretch, a stronger stretch than it was. Still feels nice, pleasant. Even looking up, getting a nicer stretch on the front surface of the body and the neck. What you can do in this posture as well is you can just loosen up the sides a little bit more. Take one hand a little further forwards and into the middle, other hand down by the side, lift, and just turn, look over your shoulder. It's a nice stretch on one side of the spine doing that. Don't hold that for too long. Come back, opposite direction. And then having done that, you might find you can actually raise up just that little bit higher from the middle position too. And then slowly easing back into child's pose. I'm going to do a wider version today. So knees apart, sitting back into the feet, stretching the arms forwards. Nice stretch for the back. I'm going to come up and just do a squat next. And even though I have a bit of an injured knee, that's still very much manageable because the squat follows the natural groove of the joint, so it feels really nice. Then you can rest your arms. You could go for a more traditional yoga version of the posture and exert a little bit of gentle pressure just to really work those joints. That feels nice. Feels nice on the inside of the thigh and also the squat joint itself. Sorry, the leg pelvic joint. I guess you could call it the squat joint. And let's come into a sitting position. Just an easy cross-legged position here. Just an easy cross-legged, just for a few moments. And then what we might try is a leg cross, being very careful of the knee area. Like I've already mentioned, my knee's a little tender, so I'm just going to be very careful doing this, but it feels really nice across the glute, across that area of muscle, which is quite tight, especially so at the moment. And I can feel the knee here, which is the knee that's a little bit tender, twisting. Doesn't hurt, but it's getting a nice stretch. I'm not going to take it any further than that. hold on to the knee. You can experiment with a little twist, so you're using the knee for leverage, essentially. That feels even nicer. Go back to the middle. I'm just going to hold it there for a little bit. And then we're going to switch. It's actually tighter on that side for me today. Try that same little twist that we did on the first side. Actually, I'll take that even further. That feels really nice. And much needed. It's nice and quiet here, isn't it? It's not always the case. Hello. I've got a video game. Would you like to come and say hello?
Can you have this and then give me the box?
Okay. Say hello on the camera.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Dicky.
That's a nice ice cream. Okay. Don't knock the box though. Do you want to sit here for a little bit?
I actually blows my knee.
Did you? Oh, that's not good.
That's
Do you
me.
want to sit in this position for a few moments?
Yes. I'm a muffin. Who needs a muffin?
Yeah.
Bye.
So just go up to the camera and wave to them. Okay, we're going to try a split, being very careful of the knee joint. So I'll tell you what, let's go through 3 phases of this. So getting a nice stretch across the front of one thigh. Hear the voices in the background. They're back. One of us. And from there, let's move into a backward position so that you're stretching that muscle now. Hamstring. And from there, let's take it into a split. Now I'm resting on a knee that is not feeling the best at the moment, so let's get that knee backwards so you can see. So really gently here, don't put too much pressure on that knee. And a nice stretch across, back one leg, front of the other. Back foot nice and relaxed. Let's just hold this for a little bit, it feels nice. Okay, and let's come out of that side. So Best way to come out of it is tuck the toes, shuffle, tuck the toes, shuffle. You've got to lift the knees slightly each time you move, and then we'll switch sides. So you bring other knee forwards. Shift them backwards. The hamstring again on the other side now.
I would do up his heart. I would do.
A little bit tighter in that side and hold it for a few more moments. Not a lot of pressure here, I'm just using the hands just to balance. Same in natural split as well. If you're putting a lot of pressure on the hands, you're probably just a little bit too deep. So just taking care, easing into it, finding that place where you can just hold for a while. And again, it should feel nice. Slowly easing into that side as well. Now, as a complement to the forward-backward split, one way of doing a split that opens up the legs in a sideways position is actually using a wall like this. What you've got to do is you've got to go right up close to it so that you've got one hip touching the wall. Again, it's just in the right position, and then you swivel around so that the feet end up the wall. I've shuffled right up close, so backside's actually touching the edge of it. Just let the feet stretch apart. Now that's super tight for me today on the inside of the legs. I'll get a little bit closer than that. You can support the legs with your hands. The knees don't have to be completely straight. They will find a natural position where they'll kind of just sit. I'm going to have my hands there anyway because it's a little bit extra support for the tightness that I'm feeling today. I'll tuck the chin down so the neck's nice and long. Really nice stretch. You can bring the legs together, and this is actually quite a nice stretch in itself too, just having the legs stretching up the wall like so. And slowly just rolling to one side, come up from there. Sitting in a kneeling position. It's got a nice stretch for the muscles around there. Knee will bend that much. become quite noisy, so I think we might just leave it there till now. But I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you again very, very soon.